Hey everyone, it's me Ethan here, back at again with another video. Today we're going to be reviewing my Christmas gift I actually got for my girlfriend this past Christmas here, which is the Lego Nintendo Game Boy, which is actually pretty cool. I really do like this set. Well, before we get into the video, guys, make sure to hit that thumbs up button to see more videos like this. Hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to know when a new video comes out. But with that being said, guys, let's get right into this review. All right, guys, so here is the Nintendo Game Boy. I got this as a Christmas gift this year, which I really liked. I'm really thankful for it. It's a really cool little build. Lego did a fantastic job on this set with just the overall design of it. It's very nice. It looks like the real thing at first glance. Even to the untrained eye, you would think this is the real Game Boy, which is really cool. All right, and I also wanted to mention one thing that was what's cool about the design of this kit was just how the internals of building it is like you're building the real device. As you can see here, I pulled up a picture from the instruction manual here just so you guys can see, but just the inside of it, you're building all like the computer components that went into it, which I thought was really cool. But anyway, with that being said, guys, back to the video. Got a lot of printed pieces on this set. I mean, pretty much everything is printed. We only get 2 stickers, which is for the themes of Zelda and Super Mario Land. This is pretty cool. We do have, or technically one of these printed parts is hidden, which I'll talk about right now. Firstly is in the Legends of Zelda Link's Awakening. We have one of the first tiles, printed tiles, which is for just the Nintendo Game Boy logo on the top here. We have a sticker for the Legend of Zelda theme for the cartridge. And then underneath the cartridge here, as you'll see in this clip here, there is a printed, like, I guess it'd be like a control chip, from my understanding. And then also you can kind of see the inside of what the cartridge looks like with some dark green pieces and some gold pieces scattered around to act like electronics. So it's very straightforward. Same thing for the Super Mario Land cartridge. It's literally the same thing. Nothing too different going on, at least like design wise. Obviously it's a different theme, different sticker that's on here, but we still got the same printed piece. And then underneath, sadly no hidden printed pieces like the previous cartridge had, but we do have some lighter green pieces and obviously the gold pieces to act like the control boards underneath, which is pretty cool. Now, since we're still on the topic of the game cartridges here, we have this nice little stand, which we have the extra screens, which we'll talk about that here in just a second. But as you can see here, Lego did a nice job of including this, where you can literally just set your game cartridge on here, where it just lines up with these connector pieces just like so, and now you have another way of displaying your extra cartridge you have. But they also have another feature, as I mentioned earlier, and you probably saw when I removed these screens, but you can insert the screens in the back here, like so, and then you literally have it where you have extra storage for those, which is really nice. Again, that's something that Lego technically didn't really have to do, but it is cool that they included that, which is very nice. And like I said, there's tons of stickers, or tons of printed pieces all over the set, which we'll get to here in just a second. And then lastly, we have the screens here, which I'll get to showing you guys how to change those out. But first ones we have here is, of course, the Super Mario Land one, which is literally just showing Mario jumping up and down on a question mark block to get a star, as well as then the Goombas are moving side to side. Next we have is from the Legend of Zelda game, where you have some flock of seagulls flying around, flapping their wings. As you can also see the shoreline, or the waves crashing onto the shoreline, and Zelda looking at Link, which is really cool. And then lastly, we have the Nintendo insert, which is literally just showing the logo going up and down, since that's just how it would be for the actual Game Boy. But now, I'll show you guys how to change out the screen. So Ethan, if you could take it away and show us how to change out the screen. Of course I can, Ethan. So as you can see here, guys, if you flip the Game Boy onto his back, you can just take off this giant panel like so, which will reveal more of the inside of the Game Boy. And what you're going to do here, you're going to pull this arm back towards you, lean the Game Boy back so that the current screen falls out, and then grab whichever one you want to put in here. Like so, I have the Super Mario Land. Insert it inside. Make sure it's in front of those studs or on the bottom there. Push the arm back. Place the giant tile back on. Like so. And voila. Now you have your screen changed to another one. Back to you, Ethan. Well, guys, as you can see, I have my other self put in the new screen here, which is pretty cool. Again, very simple to do. But now what I'm going to show you guys is just how to put the game cartridge in here, which I mean, it's very straightforward. All you're going to do, and as if you saw in the previous clip there of Ethan putting the new screen in, actually, it's a Mario, so let's put Mario in there. All you're going to do is that on the bottom, there were 2 gold clips, which you just literally slide this in, pretty much lines up. And once you hear that click, it's in, which is pretty cool. And now you can really pretend that you're playing Super Mario Land, which is pretty cool. Then, lastly, are the features of the Game Boy and how it works. So, firstly, as you can see here for the D-pad, this is done very simply. Or you'll see, I'll have a clip here of just like the piece that's used under here, which is just this Technic rubber piece. And then the cross section here just literally sits in place and is held by the tiles that are on top here. And again, you can literally press it wherever you want to and it responds back, which is really nice. For the select and start button here, we have a new rubber tire. I mean, it's not necessarily new, it's just a new color, which is just very nice to see. It's in this dark bluish gray. And this literally, all you can do is just press on it and it'll bounce right back as if you're hitting a rubber button, which is pretty cool. Then for the A, B button here, these are actually nice. It's Lego uses this new hat piece to act as like the button, which is pretty cool. I've never seen it before, so I think it's relatively exclusive to the set. If I'm wrong, leave a comment down below and let me know if there's any other set that these have come in. But it's pretty cool. And they will respond back to you once you press them, and that's done by a rubber band that's underneath, which is pretty cool. Sometimes they might get stuck a little bit, but for the most part, they respond right back to you, which is really nice. And then lastly, we have on the sides here, we have a volume control knob, as well as on the other side, we have a contrast knob, which are pretty cool. And again, you can literally just spin those back and forth like the real console would. And then on the bottom here, we have it where you can technically put a headphone jack, is the headphone jack, but you can technically put headphones in there. And this also serves as another little neat feature, which is where you can put the stand, or put the Game Boy on the stand by just simply inserting the Technic piece that's on a stand onto where the headphone jack sits. If I can get it in there. There we go. And then it just rests like so, which is really nice. Lego did a nice inclusion with that, which I thought was pretty cool. And that wraps up the Lego Game Boy. Alright guys, and that wraps up today's review on the Lego Nintendo Game Boy that I have added to my collection. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like on it. If you're new to the channel and like what you're seeing, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell to see the next episode that airs on the channel, as well as just to see what other videos I make. But with that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.